Hello, this is my 5th video in my series on Minecraft Infdev Plus. In this episode, I'll be terraforming an area for my base, creating my base, and settling down. Let's get right into it. I know I'm going to need a lot of wood for this project, so to start off the episode, I plant an apple tree farm. I found out that apple trees do not generate tall trees, and I don't want tall trees since they're harder to clear. Additionally, of course, apples are a source of food, so I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm a little embarrassed at how many times I messed up the spacing between these saplings. It's not hard to count, but clearly I still found a way to mess up. After this, I move on to laying the foundations for my base. I'm still not really sure exactly what I'm building, so I kind of just place blocks until I like how it looks. I count the spacing between 2 points to build another identical tower. At this point, I'm trying to build some sort of wall, but I don't know exactly how it'll be oriented or what. I'm just kind of placing blocks and building the foundations right now. I then flatten out the area between the 2 points. I went ahead and built another tower, since I knew I wanted to build in this direction, but I just didn't really like how close they were and how it looked. I eventually realized that I was going to have to clear this large chunk of terrain, which took a few hours, but it was definitely worth it. And before I knew it, I was almost done. But not before I had this odd encounter. I might have gotten a little scared, but at least I didn't die this time. And there we go. After only 8 in-game days, I had the entire structure totally cleared. I cleared the old tower and got to work on creating the new one. Even though it might not look like much yet, I'm quite proud of the progress that I made. Now that I have a clearer vision of what I want to build, I build 2 mini towers in the middle of the 2 big ones. I'm definitely liking the shape that it's taken so far. I lay some concrete blocks in order to make the transition between the terrain and the towers less jarring. It's now time for me to build the actual walls. I'm actually really impressed with how nice the stone looks there. I just had to stand here and admire it for a bit because I do really like how it looks, and it's a lot better than I imagined it would be. It's certainly not anywhere close to done yet, though, so we have quite a bit to go. After dying every single time jumping down from this tower, I decided to get some iron, make a bucket, place some water, so I wouldn't constantly die every time. Of course, it did not work because I missed the jump. There we go, that's better. I lit up the area a bit because I was tired of the mobs constantly killing me. After that, I figure out where to go from there. I decided to make an arch going over the top because I thought that would look pretty nice. I have relatively good experience in making circles in block games, not from Minecraft, but actually from a game that I used to play when I was little. It's called Everybody Edits, and we used to make pixel art of the characters in the game, and the characters were circles. Not that this is relevant information at all, but I felt like I wanted to share. I'm going to be time-lapsing through the rest of the build, as I feel like that's an appropriate way to structure this instead of just cutting every now and then. As usual, the music in the time-lapse will be produced by Soybean56, and his music is free to use for any projects, commercial or otherwise. Today's song is called Devil's Playground. He created it to illustrate the state of mind that he was going through at the time. I just think it sounds pretty cool, which is why it's in this video. If you don't want to watch the time-lapse, feel free to skip to the time listed on screen. I really liked that song, so this next song is of a similar theme. This one is called Drowning Dancer and was made under a similar premise as the last one. While I do really like these time lapses with the music, I don't want the entire video to be a time lapse, so I'm just going to cut to when I finish. So I finished the majority of the outside viewable portion of the build, and now I want to build a sort of hallway that connects the two ends of the build via the archway. I don't want to do it in the same blocks that I've been using though, so I decided to go collect some marble and use cobbled marble. Now that that was completed, it was time for me to build the outside portion of the other side of the wall. However, again, some of the terrain needed clearing, so I did that real quick before I continued. Now all I had to do to complete this segment of the wall was mirror what I did on the other side. After finishing that, I decided to build some of the interior. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm doing here, if I want to make this into a larger castle, and this just be the entrance, or if this is the build. I really don't know yet, and that's kind of what I want to ask you guys about. Should I expand this and make this into just an entry for a large castle type thing, or what should I do? I'm not exactly sure, so I'd appreciate your feedback. Though, for now, I did a little bit of decorating on the interior. As you can see, I also found a little fox. And there you go, you couldn't even tell that the top row of windows was viewing into a fake room. To give it a bit of depth, I put shutters on the windows. That's a lot better, but there's definitely something missing. There we go, I'm much happier with that. I did some more framing to make room for more, but I did not build much more after this. And that's because I'm still really not sure what I'm going to be doing with this build. That's what I'd like to hear from you guys. Let me know. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next.